What recording?
All right, here is the gauge part 2, and this is working on the Tang portion of it. Of course, we're hammering out the blade was part 1. Here we go. Of course, the only thing I'm trying to do right now is just get this thing flattened down. I don't need to draw it out any. I've just got to just kind of flatten her out just a little bit. She'll grow a little bit, but I figure I got enough metal in there not to have to do a cross beam. Yep, trying to work this handle out. I'm measuring it, see how far I gotta go. Coming out pretty good. That round stock on the end is going to start giving me trouble here in a second. I'll have to do something with it, get it out of my way. No, not looking too bad. Not too bad. I can already tell I'm going to have to get some off the end of it. Right now I'm still trying to decide if I want to leave the tang the same thickness as the blade or let it stay out. So I'm just kind of shaping it out. You know what I think the handle should end up looking like in the end. As pretty close as I can. I had a big old round ball in the end, so I got to flatten it out just to make it easier to do the rest of the tang or blade. So now I'm going to try to bring that up even with the blade instead of it being in the center. So I've just got to kind of shift the thing up just a tad. Getting there.
Break time.
Alright. Not too bad. It's getting there.
I think, so far.
So I've got it all about the same thickness. So now I do some refining on the definition between the blade and the tang. Bring out the curve on the bottom of that tang or handle like I was wanting. Kind of want it to fill out on your hand just a little bit. Should have cut that a little bit farther through. Alright, so now it's about 5 inches long on the Tang. Or so. So now I'll try to figure out what I want to do with the back end. Since this is going to be a full Tang blade, a full Tang handle. I was tempted to put a pommel on the back, squeeze it together, push it through, brad it on the end. I've done that on one already, so I thought I'd try something a little bit different. So I thought I'll put a little hook on the bottom of this, with some sort of a give in it. Now I gotta get this bend out. Get the bend out, squeeze it up a little tighter up behind the blade. So here we go. Just give this thing a few good wax, good and hot in the middle. Voila. Thing's almost straight. Almost. I'm kind of eyeballing this Tang, kind of figuring out as I go. I thought, well, I kind of like this. I could put a lanyard hole, maybe a gut hook on the bottom. That'd be kind of neat. But the gut hook part doesn't quite work out, so I abandoned that completely. Later on in the next video, imagine it's gonna cut that thing completely off. I'm trying to get that where the blade and the Tang comes together just about right. I've still got a little hump in there I've got to get out. I'd hate to have to try to grind it out. I'd rather hammer it out. I don't have a belt sander yet. After I finished this knife, I finally got one put together. I converted a 10-inch bandsaw and turned it into a 64-inch by 1-inch belt grinder. So that ought to get me by for a little while. So my next blade, I'll be able to do a little bit of grinding if I have to. It'll save me some file work is what I'll do, but I'll keep hammering it down as far as I can. I like to hammer things out as close to final dimension. Although that's opposite what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to forge big, grind small. It bit me on the blade before this, but I'm hoping to make me a little bit better. There she is. Pretty darn close to what she looked like at the end. So all I gotta do is just a little bit of firework, smooth it out. I still left it a little thicker than I wanted. But hey. So here we go. Oh, wait a minute. I want to go a little farther up on that Tang with that heat. That actually bit me later down the road. I should have drilled my pins before I put that heat so far up into that little Tang. I ended up having to take the heat back out of the Tang just a little bit so I could get it to drill. There we go. Bam. I had a slow-mo of that on the copy I gave the customer. But I had that little bit of a blurb in there. Let me see. Thing came out nice and straight. I was happy. I'd done and annealed it twice. I didn't show that in the video, but I did warm her up good. Throw her in the vermiculite. But yeah, she's good and gray, nice and hard. So that's it for this one, really. Stay tuned for part number 3, which is just doing some of the woodwork, putting the handle on. For the most part, some of the video I forgot to push to play. But hey, man, if you like, please subscribe, share, hit that like button. If not, well, maybe you enjoyed watching it anyhow. Thank you much.